fans getting ready to go. 2K Sports and the NBA welcomes you to our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. So we'll look at our starters for the Knicks. Gallinari is out there with Randolph. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then it's Stoudemire and Felton. Gallinari against Pierce. From 17 feet out. Nice shot by Randolph.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Probably the big surprise of the playoffs last year was how the Boston Celtics ended up really taking it to the Cavaliers.
You know, Kevin, it went 6 games, but you could kind of tell that the Celtics were in full control of that. The Cavs never really seriously threatened them.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Well, guys, normally when you think of Amar'e Stoudemire and punishment, you think of the punishment he inflicts. But his body has paid the price for that physical style of play. And Amar'e became one of the trendsetters in the NBA when it came to wearing padding underneath his uniform. Stoudemire said, "You've got guys who hold, push, shove, and hit, so the undergear keeps me protected. It definitely helps. Guys, anything he can do to avoid injury, probably a good idea."
Yeah, with his hard-charging style of play, makes sense. Thanks, Doris. And the Knicks with the ball. It's a 3-point game. You know, Clark, just thinking back to that Cavs-Celtics series for just a second, Rondo was absolutely huge for them. Do you think that's when it became apparent that this is his team going on?
Oh, I think so, Kevin. I mean, he really stepped up and took ownership of this team, but you still have to give credit to the older guys, too, now. KG, Pierce, and Allen, they were all great in that series as well.
Kept alive. Second chance shot. And Stoudemire with the nice bucket inside. Stoudemire's got his first points in this one. Allen for the 3. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Here's Felton. 2:49 left in the first. Thinking about Rajon Rondo in this one, he signed an extension with the Celtics prior to last season, but Clark, there have been rumors prior to that they may have been looking to trade him.
Yeah, you know what? Interesting, because the general manager publicly picked at his friend, Doc Rivers. Didn't know if he could coach him and actually dismiss some of his defensive praise, but they found smooth ground since that point.
Maybe some tension behind the scenes.
Yeah, there was clearly some friction.
I know. Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
Kevin, he said they'll need to keep fresh legs on the court at all times in order to deal with an offense like this, which can explode at any time. So we need to see a little bit deeper rotation than we're accustomed to seeing from them. We'll see how the guys off the bench respond to this challenge, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Always have to have that game plan going up against prolific offensive teams.
Kevin, it's always something you're strategizing for every game.
So both teams changing it up here. Looking here at the stats of Raymond Felton Clark, a product, of course, of UNC of North Carolina. You could see his last season was his best as a pro.
Yeah, he shot the ball much better, Kevin, and part of that was just working on it, but the other part was shot selection. And when you're a point guard with his ability to penetrate, when you add that jump shot consistently, now you become a real problem for the defense.
And so here's New York. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. And here's Boston. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. The shot by Pierce will not go. Knicks trail by 7. The Knicks came in 11th place in the Eastern Conference, Clark, a season ago, going 29-53.
And that record included 20-32 in the Eastern Conference. Coach D'Antoni, well respected around the league, but even in the East, he just didn't have enough firepower or defense to have a better record.
Well, some new faces for the Knicks this season. Maybe they can turn things around.
Yeah, they'll have a chance. I mean, there's been a lot of change over in the East, Kevin. Good teams kind of falling apart, and young teams starting to coagulate a little bit. Maybe the Knicks can join that second group.
Here's Felton. Lays it in with the finger roll. Here's Rondo. 1:09 left in the first quarter. Allen for 3. Randolph grabs the board. Knicks trail by 5. Randolph, a screen on Allen. From deep. Felton can't get it to go. Celtics leading by 5. For 3. Again, Allen missing. And here are the Knicks, trailing by 5. Kicks to Stoudemire. Left side Randolph with the wide open look, and he hits the jumper for 2. Randolph's got his second bucket of the night. Here comes Paul Pierce. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Garnett, and he lays that one up and in. Here's Felton. Uncovered, and the Knicks good for 2. And here's Rondo. Outside Pierce. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Pierce has got 6. And some great offensive action to get this one underway in the first. Close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And here's Rondo. No points for him. Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. We've got Azubuike. Gallinari is out there with Turioff. Then there's Tony Douglas and Stoudemire. Here's Douglas. Gallinari. And finished up with a nice layup.
Now, there aren't many players who won't finish that close to the hoop.
Celtics leading by 4. Tony Douglas, 6'1", his second season out of Florida State, and Clark taking number 29 last season by the Knicks.
You know, and he really had a tough time finding minutes because of Nate Robinson being there. But once Nate was traded to the Celtics in the second half of the season, Douglas got an opportunity to play, and he responded quite well. I like this kid. He's strong, he's aggressive, he's got good ball skills, and knows how to put it in the basket. So keep an eye on him, Kevin.
With age comes wear and tear, and the Celtics experienced some of those injuries when you look at last season. Garnett and Pierce having knee issues. But you know what, Clark? Even youngsters on their team got banged up. Big baby Glenn Davis, he had a thumb injury, a broken thumb. He had an ankle injury. I mean, health is such a big issue for young and old.
Yeah, that's just part of the game, Kevin. You hope that you're fortunate as a team not to have crippling injuries to key players. And Rondo's hamstring, I think a part of it is just playing in a tough division.
Replay here. Spike Slam Cam showing it once more.
Great D leads to easy offense.
Allen for 3. No good. And New York takes it the other way. And here's Azubuike. Baseline jumper. And the Knicks good for 2. Here's Rondo. Not on the scoreboard yet. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, Rajon Rondo hinted back in February of last season that there was turmoil in the Celtics locker room. He said every guy had to look in the mirror and had to hold themselves accountable. We've got to be a team with no agendas. In the locker room, you could feel it. You don't feel like it's the same continuity and camaraderie in the locker room as it was the first year. We've got to find a way to get that back. Guys, going into the playoffs, they seem to pull themselves together. We'll see if that continues into this season.
Thank you, Doris. And young Rajon Rondo is spoken.
Kevin, I like what he's doing. I mean, you're the point guard. You're the future of this franchise. He didn't call out anybody specifically. He's just saying we lost something, and now we've got to find a way to get it back. And that's his second turnover in this quarter alone.
Here's Gallinari. And it's tied up. He's got 8. Here's Rondo. 2:19 left in the second. Allen for 3. Gets it to go. He's got 17. 9 in this quarter alone.
He's been stroking it from long range all game long. Actually, most of his points have come from beyond the arc.
Azubuike, no good. Releases from 15. And Gallinari again.
He's just decided to put the team on his back and take over the scoring load this quarter.
Allen for 3. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound. A big possession here.
Can they come back to take the lead?
And here's Boston. Allen for the 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And the Knicks with the ball. They trail by 1. That's a 2 from Douglas. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Celtics with the lead. Wafer for three. And that one's good.
Fast break left the defense scrambling to react, and they couldn't get to him in time.
And here's Douglas.
He tried to air it out. Bad pass there.
Wafer for three. And Stoudemire pulls it down. Here comes Douglas. 4-point game. Here's Gallinari. Buries the short-range shot. He's got 12.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Here's Allen. Hits the quick shot. And the Celtics lead by 4. Here's Douglas. 46 seconds left in the half. Back to Stoudemire. Picked up by Davis. Stoudemire, no good. They can make this a 2-for-1 opportunity. Wafer inside the 3-point line. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Here is Turioff. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Stoudemire with the bucket.
They're doing a much better job of getting the ball in the basket right here. I mean, they're still trailing, but the momentum they have, if they can maintain that, they've got a chance.
Again, Allen missing.
Well, Kevin, they've been fighting it out for the rebounds here, so far it's an even match in that area. He knew exactly where the ball was going. He got a hand on it.
And
it's been a great